Shalom unto the whole house of Yashar'AL and unto the strangers and foreigners who are found within our gates. I am Yahu. I am your host yet again for another discerning of the word scripture study. Today is the 15th day of the 9th scriptural month. Of course, we are 22 days away from the next pagan celebration. And just for a quick moment, I would like to use as a title of this scripture study, a not so merry celebration. I'm going to say that again. For this scripture study, this discerning of the word of Yahuah, I'm going to use as a title, a not so merry celebration. Amen. And see, our scripture is going to come from the book of Yaram'Yahu, Jeremiah, the book of the prophets. Yaram'Yahu, Jeremiah, chapter 10, verses 1 through 4. And you can turn in your book of scriptures just for a moment. I'm going to be paraphrasing. This is what Yahuah says. He says, learn not the ways of the heathens, for the customs of the heathens are vain. They take a tree out of the forest, and they deck it with silver and gold and fasten it so it moves not. A witness unto Yaram'Yahu, Jeremiah, chapter 10, verses 1 through 4, is in fact the Barium, Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verses 29 through 31, where, again, I paraphrase, where it speaks and says, this is in the thoughout now. This is the word of Yahuah. This is the law. Amen. Yahuah says in the Barium, Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verses 29 through 31, do not follow after the ways of the other nations. Again, he's basically saying that their ways are vain. There's nothing to be learned from them other than putting yourself at odds with Yahuah. Amen. I think that I can say that when it comes to the celebration of Xmas, quote unquote Christmas, people fully don't realize what they are doing. They don't understand the history of this pagan worship and how it is an abominable celebration, how it is marred with death and blood. Amen. When you elect to bring that tree into your home, those trees are cut out of the forest, as it says in Yaram'Yahu, Jeremiah chapter 10. When you bring that tree into your home, you are, in fact, what I would say or consider, you're bringing death into your home, because a tree is cut off from its roots out of the forest where it was once alive. And it is likened unto the Christian baptism, whereas you are dipped in dead water in a building made by the hands of man, whereas the Mashiach, Yahusha, was immersed by Yahuah in living water. And basically living water represents that which is connected to the earth. Amen. So when you bring that tree into your home, you are bringing death into your home as well. Again, the pagan origins of Christmas is characterized all throughout history, is easily researchable for those who want to research it. When we also consider the celebration thereof, we also have to look at scripture yet again in Yashar'AL, Isaiah chapter 1, verses 14 through 15. And this is what Yahuah says. This is, of course, in the book of the prophets. And Yahuah says that your new months and your appointed feasts, my soul hates. They are an abomination unto me. I am weary to bear them. And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yea, when you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Okay? He says that your hands are full of blood, because many do not understand nor do they comprehend the beginning, like I said before, the pagan origins of Christmas, as it began in Rome and even dates back to Egypt and Babylon. In Rome, it started out as Saturnalia. It is a worship of the Roman deity of the sun known as Saturn. And this was a week-long ritual, a week-long festival, of which Romans got together in private gift giving, gambling, and sexual orgies involving only men. Again, this is totally researchable. It's there for you to see. And in this age of information, you can find it readily available on the internet. But the thing about information and learning new things, people will be required to change. And it is indeed a fact that when you learn the truth, you have to change, and people don't want to change. They are comfortable in living their lie. And when you live a lie, again, you are pitting yourself, against Yahuah. For Yahuah even says in Yashar'AL Proverbs, chapter 6, verses 16 through 7, there are 7 things he hates. 7 things. A lying tongue, a proud look, shedding of innocent blood, hearts that devise wickedness, he, she who runs to cause mischief, a false witness, lying, and he that sows discord amongst his brethren. And of course, its witness comes out of Chazun, Revelation, chapter 21, verse 8. And all liars, amongst fornicators, murderers, idolaters, all liars will have their part in the lake of fire. Amen. But as I go back to Yashar'AL, Isaiah chapter 1, verses 14 through 15, he says, your new months and your appointed feasts, his soul hates. Amen. What he means by new months is in fact that which is told of in Daniel chapter 7, verse 25, whereas the evil one has, one, convinced the whole world that he doesn't exist, and through his minions, he has changed times and dates. Because see, the beginning of the new year begins with the coming of the first day of spring. New beginnings, you see the rebirth of nature, animals all over, or having new creations, new birth comes about. Nature is renewing itself after the dead of winter. So he changed everything, and of course you have the false new year being on January 1st. That is, of course, after another Roman deity by the name of Janus, the deity of gateways and this, that, and the third. Of course, that's where the name January comes from. Again, easily researchable. Don't believe the words that are coming out of my mouth, but ask the Father himself if what I say is true and correct. Amen. So the evil one has changed times and date. This is witness of Yashar'AL Isaiah chapter 1 verses 14 through 15 and Daniel chapter 7 verse 25. Again, Yahuah says these times Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, he hates them. And even in so, as you are praying unto him, he will not hear your prayers. Even your prayers of those who are in iniquity, who are committing lawlessness, who are committing transgression, he does not hear them. Your prayers are an abomination unto him. Again, Christmas originated in Rome, in Babylon, and in Egypt as sun worship. You are looking at the celebration and it paying homage to sexual worship. Even think about this. I want you to research this as well. Christmas at one point in the United States was outlawed and forbidden from, get this, 1647 all the way to 1681. 1647 all the way to 1681. And when you think about what you're doing when you celebrate Christmas, when you celebrate these pagan holidays, again, scripture says that your hands are full of blood. You have got to understand, and again, research, that these pagan holidays began with blood, began with the shedding of blood. This is why scripture says that your hands are full of blood in Yashar'AL, Isaiah 1:14 through 15. Your hands are full of blood. And what did we just read? 6 things does Yahuah hate, 7 things are an abomination to him. Hands that run to shed innocent blood. So he says that your prayers are an abomination to him. Your feast days are an abomination to him. Your new months, as people have changed times and dates and began something that was not ordained by Yahuah himself. Amen. So again, I say that it only takes for you to research and to want to accept the truth. But again, it is a truth that people do not want to accept because they don't want to change. They want to continue living a lie. But in living a lie, you are pitting yourself against Yahuah. And I must say again, and I will continue to say, that, oh man, you cannot expect to war against Yahuah and win. It just won't work. For when man plans, Yahuah laughs. It's the truth. You are planning your abominable holidays. You are planning your abominable celebrations. You are bringing into your home death when you cut a tree out of the forest. And even the Christmas tree itself represents the phallic symbol of a man. And if you understand what the phallic symbol is, you are bringing into your home a celebration of sexual worship. The phallic symbol represents a man's penis. Even the wreath hung upon your door represents a woman's womb. Again, this is easily researchable. I'm going to tell you again, do not, I repeat, do not believe the words that are coming out of my mouth, because everything that I'm saying right now is easily researchable. But you have got to want, a man, the truth, and you have got to want to change. So again, I just wanted to come and share these little tidbits with you. Again, we are on the 15th day of the 9th scriptural month. We are 22 days out from this abominable celebration. And those who want the truth shall find it. Those who seek Yahuah early shall find him. And do we not want to abide in truth? Do we not want to abide in righteousness? For telling a lie puts us against him. We learn yet again in Mashal, Proverbs 6 verses 17 and 16, or 16, 17, that he hates liars. Lying is an abomination unto him, which goes back. It goes back, which is a witness unto Mashal, Proverbs chapter 6, verses 16 and 17. A witness unto that is Bereshit, Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, where Yahuah formed a man out of the dust of the ground, and into his nostrils he breathed the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. So the breath of which we use to speak words and lies are an abomination unto Yahuah, because it is his breath that exists inside of us that gives us the energy and power to move about. So this is what we are doing. This is what you are doing when you celebrate these pagan holidays that are marred, that are drenched in blood, drenched in lawlessness, and you pit yourself against Yahuah. Again, Yaram'Yahu Jeremiah speaks in chapter 10, verses 1 through 4 of celebrating Christmas indefinitely, as it says, they cut a tree out of the forest and they deck it with gold and silver. Does that not sound like celebration of Christmas? Where it goes on to say, the customs of the heathens are vain. Do you not decorate your tree with ornaments of silver and gold? Again, like I said, you are individuals who celebrate this pagan holiday. You are celebrating sexual worship. You are celebrating a plethora of pagan deities that span from Babylon, Egypt, Norse mythology, in as far as the reindeer is concerned. Oh man. Again, we have got to consider what we are doing. That if we operate in lawlessness, then the penalty is going to be that of which Yahuah has already ordained in his scripture. Amen. I don't know, family. I don't know. Again, what do you think? Because in the description box below, I'm going to have an in-depth video from Truth Unveiled 777, where he goes into great detail all of the aspects of this coming pagan celebration and what they all mean. Again, even he says that don't believe him, but do your own research. I mean, what is it that you want? Because in celebrating Christmas, in celebrating these pagan holidays, you are essentially teaching your children to lie. Amen. So you are passing on lawlessness. You are passing on transgression to your children, where you tell them that a fictitious being in Santa Claus is the one who is bringing them presents and gifts if they are good. You are essentially giving away your credit for all of the hard work you do week in and week out at your employer. But essentially, you are teaching your children to lie. So the thing about it is that when they grow up and they begin to lie to you, you have no ground, no standing to say, child, son or daughter, don't ever lie to me, because you began it first by lying to them. Amen? You started the lie and saying that this obese man is coming down your chimney with presents and gifts if you are good. And even when you unscramble the word Santa, S-A-N-T-A, move the N 2 places as if it were a decimal point to the end. And what do you have? Satan. Okay. Claws. What does it sound like? It sounds like claws, C-L-A-W-S, claws. Satan has his claws not only on you, but also on your children. So you are, as it even says in scripture, mentally and spiritually sacrificing your children unto the evil one. So again, we have really got to understand what we are doing. We don't have the time to continually be ignorant to the facts. We cannot continue to live like this because Yahuah is not playing. And you can continue to think that you have time. Oh man. I can say that you don't. By experience, I know that I didn't. But of course I'm thankful and I'm fortunate that he called me out of darkness. But you let me know what you think about Christmas, about the false new year, about the celebration therein, as Christmas represents sexual worship and fornication and idolatry. Amen. These pagan holidays break thoughout, where it says, Yahuah says, you shall have no other mighty ones before me. You shall not take the name of Yahuah in vain. I want you to think about one thing as it pertains to Yahuah when he says you shall not have or take the name of Yahuah in vain. I want you to show me the proof where God, that title, and it's a name, is written in stone. I want you to show me where the name JESUS is written in stone. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, and we have seen the proof that the name of Yahuah is in fact written in stone. Amen. So again, I just wanted to just say these couple of things. I know that people are gearing up to celebrate this pagan holiday, and some know what they're doing, some don't. Some do it foolishly, and some do it based on their own desire to do so. Again, I say that you are passing on lies. You are teaching your children to lie. You are, in fact, spiritually and mentally sacrificing your children unto pagan idols. And you are pitting yourself against Yahuah, and of such you will not win that war. Amen. As a recap, again, I say we are not to learn the ways of the heathens, or as it says in the bargain Deuteronomy, chapter 12, 29 and 31. Learn not the ways or follow after the other nations. Their customs are vain. We understand that the changing of times has commenced via Daniel, chapter 7, verse 25. These things we have learned. So I just say unto you, think about it, man, and judge for yourself. It is all based on lies that our parents have passed down. And again, this is a decision that you should want to make. Think about it. Let me know what you think. Again, I pray that Yahuah shall baruch you and bless you with the truth, that you may come out of darkness and into his marvelous light. In the mighty name of Yahusha, I pray. Amen. Shalom and peace unto you.